Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. If you cast your mind back to when Humza was being pressured over all that public money he was giving to UNRWA, and people were very worried that it may be falling into the hands of Hamas and terrorism and all that, and that Humza may be funding terrorism out of public funds. He refused to speak to the press. Now, when you refuse point blank to speak to the press rather than speak to them on your terms or doing the old spin or doing the refusing to answer and answering a completely different question, it goes to show how much guilt and fear you must have. Oh my God, I cannot speak to these people. And despite all the other bullshit that he gave, this was the true reason he quit. He knew he had, to put it bluntly in the words of Morgan Freeman, this is the moment he knew he'd fucked up. Because he well and truly had. Because if he is found to be funding terrorism, he can get 20 years. This is why later, of course, he said, oh, I think Scotland's Islamophobic and I'm going to go and live in an Asian country. Yeah, and he didn't say after that, which has got no extradition to the UK. Because he knows if there is a full investigation and it's shown he has funded Hamas, he is in deep doodah. Something we'd all like to see. But again, the guilt is evident, though, that lacking of accountability, the refusal to talk to the press, the refusal to even acknowledge that he'd done it, and the fact that he'd broken the rules, he'd broken the law. He'd used money from the wrong account, it went to the wrong people, he went against advice both from international partners and from his own officials. He broke the laws on the funding of terrorism, he broke the laws on the funding of charities. The man can't help himself. He must keep breaking the law and using our money to fund those who hate us. He's a disgrace. He needs to be investigated. He needs to be tried. He needs to be imprisoned. And I'd love to see him spend the remainder of his miserable, shitty life sitting in an 8x6 somewhere horrible, Victorian, with a bucket for company. Thanks very much. Bye.